Sup y'all, this is just another version of me. This is my bulletproof glass. But recently, on Monday actually, I had surgery. And nope, it wasn't laser, although I actually wish I qualified to have that. I had to have revision surgery that originally I had done in February this year on my right eye, which was attaching my retina. And then on Monday, they had to stop a leak behind the right eye that was potentially causing my retina to detach again. That's kind of why I'm lying like this, because I have to spend the next 7 days lying on my left side. So apologies for the awkward angle. Anyways, let's get back to the point. I want you guys to all know that all this time I haven't purposely been hiding the side of myself from you guys, nor am I ashamed of showing you the side of me. Truthfully, I just guess I wasn't ready for you guys to meet her yet. I mean, I'm still working on myself, so if you want to put a name to it, we can call it self-acceptance. But don't get me wrong, I have been scared to show you the side. Scared of what people will think, what people will say, who they will say it to, but like most importantly, the way that people will look at me after. And let me tell you, that look for me, even though I don't or can't see and I don't have 20/20 vision, has kind of become an imprint that I can never erase. And not because I'm a negative person, but because I let it control me and have a hold on me for so long. And now I've kind of just reached this point where I don't want to forget it, because believe it or not, like, it actually helped me grow, and it's helped me get to this point, like right now, recording myself like 3-4 days post-op in the States so you guys can see. And if you're thinking like, why would this girl hide the side of her? Or I thought I knew her, or I thought we were friends. I literally need you to know that this has like absolutely nothing to do with you. And my answer to why is, we live in a cruel and harsh world, and if you're not perfect, then you're not in. Well, at least that's the message that society portrays, and honestly, I've never been one to fit in. And yes, I know times are slowly changing and we are making progress, like I'm not denying that, but it is taking its time. My mom's always said, Montana's like the square peg trying to fit in a circle hole. And honestly, at first, I thought she was just trying to make up excuses for me. But I finally understand it, and I've kind of accepted it. And I'm actually grateful that I don't fit a specific mold. I mean, I rate most people don't, but they try because they think it's easier. And I mean, I guess it's okay. I've just reached this point where I'm over what's easy, and I kind of just want to be me. And I want people to be okay with that. Or not, like, it's ultimately their choice. And I'm sure a lot of you are listening to me right now and don't really either know me or know what I'm actually talking about. So I'll just give you a brief history. And yes, friends, I'm wearing my heart on my sleeve, which is something for those of you who don't know me, will know now that I especially don't wear my heart on my sleeve on social media, but get me now. So I'd call this like Tan's truth, I guess, in a way. I've always had bad eyes ever since I was like a baby. Currently, I'm probably sitting on like a minus 20 something. I can't really keep up because it's always changing. And honestly, to me, it's just a number. I wasn't born this way either. It wasn't like crappy eyes. It's kind of just progressed over the years. I'm also really short-sighted, which means I can't see far. Yes, far. And my eyes at the back are really thin compared to the human eye because of how short-sighted I am. I know, guys, there's something skinny about me. Also, side note for those of you who don't wear glasses or are clueless, you want to be as close to zero as possible because that's 20/20 vision. I'm also completely not blind, and some eye specialists that I've actually been to in the past have told me that I'm 1 in a million. Honestly, I think they're just flirting with me because most of the patients that they deal with are like over the age of 50, have hearing aids. So yeah, and seeing me like I was a teenager. Anyways, some of you have also probably noticed in face-to-face conversations, if we've ever had, and if you actually pay attention anyways, that my eyes aren't really normal. Let's start with the obvious. Okay, so yes, my left eye wanders occasionally. And no, I do not feel it happening, in case anyone was subconsciously thinking about that. It just happens. But it's purely aesthetics. And yes, it may be anesthetic to look at for you guys, and it may even be funny. But undoubtedly, it's literally the least of my worries, because that's completely harmless to my actual vision. And, well, it used to consume me when I was younger, because I used to think, if no one can see that I went squint, then no one would actually know that I have eye problems. And then my problems, like, would be gone. Like, they wouldn't exist. Lol. I was so wrong. Because, like, obviously, as I went through puberty, so, like, let's say at age 14, my eyes got a lot worse. I had a lot of vision loss. I had to have multiple surgeries, like Avastin injections, to try and restore the vision and to try and stop the breakthrough bleeds that I was having. And nope, I'm not talking about periods either. And let's just say, like, over the years, kind of just become a norm in my life, something that I've just, like, slowly started to accept, because it is what it is, and hiding behind it isn't going to change the facts. So I just kind of started to appreciate Mars, because obviously soon I realized that there are so many people that are obviously worse off than me. And believe it or not, I'm actually lucky. I know, right? Doesn't sound like it, but I am. Anyways, over time, let's just say I started to call my eyes a holy vase, like the kind that like a vase that you put flowers into, but like with holes. And bear with me, people. So like a vase that has holes in it looks really pretty, but like everyone knows that if you put real flowers into that vase and you try and water them, the flowers are going to die because, like, there's holes, right? And, like, the water's just going to fall through, and then you're just going to have a really watery mess on the floor to clean up. And that's kind of, like, the way I view my eyes. They look averagely functionable, but, like, truthfully speaking, they're pretty fucked up. And I finally accepted that, and that's okay. I mean, the whole point of this is, like, I'm not trying to, like, make you guys, like, feel sympathetic towards me or empathetic towards me, nor do I want to degrade other people with crappy eyes. This is just me trying to show anyone and everyone who's obviously watching this that you're not alone, and, like, it's okay to have insecurities, and it's okay not to feel normal or perfect. And it's okay to feel different or be different. It's okay to stick out or feel scared, but it's not okay to feel less worthy as a person because of it. You are you, and, like, that's the most special thing in the whole world. And, like, until you believe it, no one else will. Like, ultimately, it starts with you, and I know that's corny, but it's about accepting that. It's about accepting that vulnerability isn't all that bad, and realizing it's actually beyond brave and damn attractive. People tend to get confused, and I can kind of see that now, like, wrong B word. All I can say is embrace being different. It doesn't matter how long that it takes you to get there, or like the way you do it. Just do it. And I know that also sounds corny, but it's the truth. I mean, obviously it's your road and it's your journey. I guess, like, just after everything that I'm going through and have been through, I just see things a little differently, obviously. And now I just feel like, why should I be hiding, a part of me? Because people may be scared, or because I'm scared. Like, that's not being fair to myself, and neither is it being fair to you. And if the journey, like my journey, has taught me anything the last 5 years, like, a mental game is everything. And if you're going to start somewhere, start there, 100%. Like, I honestly don't know if I'll post like weekly or monthly or daily or ever again, to be honest. But I just felt like this is something that I felt so strong about. And I felt the need to not hope, but rather like either inspire or motivate those that like may not be in exactly my shoes, but could be dealing with some similar stuff. Or even just to make people more aware, or just to appreciate what they have, like, or even just to accept others. Because I never really considered myself to be lucky. And now I do, and I am. And, like, honestly, if any of you guys have any questions or anything, please don't be afraid or embarrassed. Like, just reach out to me or anyone. Like, I know personally I'm happy to help in any way that I can. Or just to answer any questions that you may have. Like, I don't have an issue with it at all. Like, I've accepted me, and this is me. And, yeah, I'll leave you with something that has stuck with me since I was probably about the age of 13, 14, when everything went south. It's got me through a lot of tough times. Is you're only as good as you think you are. So think you're great, and great is exactly what you'll be. Peace, love, and all things count.